An empty heart drives people to endlessly chase things, only to be left disillusioned. Everyone is narrow-minded in their own way, especially ordinary people. They just compare whose nose is smaller, whose eyes are smaller. But the minds of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are far beyond what these narrow-minded beings can comprehend. They are even laughed at by others who say, "That person is so foolish, not calculative, not cunning." But have you heard the old saying passed down from our ancestors? Foolish people have foolish blessings. It's true, such fools are blessed. They're not foolish because they lack intelligence, but because they have vast hearts. Only those with a great heart are truly blessed. You must understand, ordinary people often do things that trap them in suffering and inefficiency, yet they think they are being productive. They can't see through the fundamental laws that govern the universe. They rely on their self-centered thoughts, twisted hearts, and egos to live. But their egos narrow their hearts, so their hearts grow smaller and smaller. Yet sometimes, when you're able to observe and reflect on your own limitations, you allow your true nature, your boundless heart, to emerge. In truth, many worldly pursuits are foolish, but people with small or narrow hearts can't see through that foolishness. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, whose hearts are as vast as the sky, see through it all, clearly and completely. That's why they live freely. Not seeing through things is painful. It leads to despair, to wanting something, and then giving up when it cannot be obtained. But seeing through is different. It brings peace. Because once you understand the essence of worldly matters, you'll realize many pursuits are ultimately meaningless. They are not what the enlightened truly desire, so once they've seen through it, they stop chasing. Let me share a story to illustrate this. A psychologist once visited a mental hospital. He walked up to a room and saw a young man holding a photo, crying endlessly. He asked the director of the hospital, "What is going on with this patient? Why is he crying over a photo?" The director replied, "He was abandoned by his girlfriend. He couldn't handle it and went mad. He was once a promising young man. Such a pity." The psychologist sighed. "That's so tragic." Then he walked into another ward and saw another young man, banging his head against the wall, clearly deranged. He asked the director, "What about this one?" The director said, "This one is even more pitiful. He married that same woman. He took the girlfriend from the first guy, but ended up being driven mad by her. See? The first man lived in a fantasy, heartbroken because he never got her. He fell into a personal hell of despair and longing. The second one got what the first one dreamed of, but was tormented into madness because of it. Both are suffering, crying in different ways. This is how sentient beings operate, confused and deluded. But a person with a vast heart, a heart as spacious as the sky, is like a Buddha or Bodhisattva. That is our original nature. We were born Buddhas, but our egos, twisted minds, and impure thoughts have clouded our pure, clear nature, making us confused and foolish. Let me ask you, would you rather be in the same ward or the second? I'll tell you this. Everything you chase after in life puts you in either the first or the second ward. For example, those without children desperately want them. They even undergo IVF, enduring thousands of injections, all for the dream of having a child of their own. But those who have children sometimes wish they could get rid of them. They didn't realize how hard parenting would be. The rebelliousness, the ungratefulness, the health issues, the endless stress of raising a child. From the moment a child enters your life, you have already created a journey of eventful parting, life and death. Do you see the pattern? Without children, you suffer. With children, you suffer too. That's why I say, if you don't deeply reflect on this truth, you'll keep cycling endlessly between the first and the second word. Most sentient beings live only in those two words, but the Buddhas and those who realize emptiness, they don't live there because they see through it all, and so they're free. Sentient beings, on the other hand, can't see through, can't let go, so they suffer in despair. You might be busy every day chasing what you think you're supposed to pursue: material comfort, security, social validation. But take a moment, give yourself space, be alone, talk to yourself. Are you chasing what you truly need, or what you've assumed you should want, simply out of habit? You don't actually need much, but you do want a lot. When you don't get what you want, you feel regret. When you do get it, you feel empty. Success feels like failure. In other words, after all that chasing, the result feels meaningless. But you fear the sense of meaninglessness, emptiness, helplessness. So you keep setting new goals, building new dreams. What we call dreams or ideals, they are often just the surface expression of our desires. No matter how great your achievements, if you see them as a reflection of your ego, you'll leave this world filled with regret and dissatisfaction. And so, a lifetime passes, and the cycle starts again, round and round, never ending, never at peace. Each day passes in confusion. Each lifetime passes in confusion. This can only be described in 4 words: a life without meaning. Yet sentient beings believe it's meaningful. It's a foolish game. It may sound funny, like the story I told, but it holds deep sorrow. We are all, in the end, just cycling between the first and the second word.